Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Anirban and today is our fourth session of C2C, that is Credit to Cash. In this video, we are going to demonstrate how to do a cash application received from the customer, right? So I will open the Excel file where I have actually noted down the several steps that could be involved in doing the cash application, along with the video names which is corresponding to this particular cash application, which you need to find in the YouTube in my YouTube channel, right? So I'll open this Excel file. This is kind of a index for the video. These are the video number and the video names. If you see SAP ECC C2C number 4 and followed by the name of the process, which is cash application. And this is a ready reckoner, which means this Excel file will also serve as a ready reckoner, which means that it talks about various steps which could be involved in the process, along with the T code and the menu as well, right? The type talks about whether it is an end user or a configuration. So there are several configuration steps that could be done, that could be needed before we reach to the end user steps, which is done through SPRO, and the end users in the real environment will not have the access to these configuration steps. Like, this is one of the configuration steps for processing down payment. So since I am working on a demo version of the SAP, so I have access to both, and I first do the configuration, and the scope of today's video is only to capture the end user steps, right? So let's start with cash application. So let me explain what are the various scenarios which may come across for doing cash application. So once we receive the cash, it could be, like, we could get the remittance advice, and we know exactly um which entry to set up with the payment received, right? So which invoice to set up with the payment received. So that is a scenario is called applied credit, and we should do it through incoming payment, like the T code would be F-28. Now, suppose there could be a confusion that two line items are of the same value, and also the payment is also of the same value. And it is not clear from the remittance advice which one of the invoice to set up with the payment received. So what we can do is that we can do an on account, and then keep it aside and reach out to the customer to get more details and find out what to which invoice to set off with, and then we set it off, right? And T code would be the first one. When we do the on account payment, it is F-28, and then when we finally set it off, I mean, final, like, when we do the on account payment, we do user T code F-28, and then when we do a clearing after having the sufficient information from the customer, we do F-32, right? The other one could be that we do a wrong allocation, and from subsequent information we realize our mistake and want to do the reversal. So in that case, what we should do is that we should reset it by FBRA. Decode is FBRA, and then again clear it through F-32, right? So these are the three scenarios that we may come across, and this is again a small working which I have done beforehand to make this video a little shorter. What I have done is that I have processed a couple of invoices, right? Already processed a couple of customer invoices in our ledger, and the customer is DEF and Company. You see DEF and Company, and this is the bank statement. So what we do is that we download the bank statement for the day. This is the today's bank statement, and then we see that there is a bank charge of 500 which has been debited, and there are a couple of direct credits from the customer and direct transfers from the customer, and these are the entries, or these are the payments that we try to match with the open invoice items, right? Now, I have actually given some, some comments in column F to cover all the three scenarios that we have discussed before. So, if you see 950 matches with 950, so this what we will do is that we will set it off with F-28. I'm going to show you after some time, and then the customer might make a bulk payment, right? Like say for instance 650 and 120, they make a bulk payment of oops so this should be 770. Okay, so they might make a bulk payment of these two, and then they, from the remittance advice, we understand that this is a bulk payment for 650 and 120. So what we should do is that we should also again make a similar like cash application through using F-28 for the bulk. So we'll set use 7 F-28 to set of 770 with 650 and 120. So sometimes it might happen that they also make a like there are two accounts, two invoices, 200 and 200, and I received 200. I'm not too sure which one to apply, which invoice to apply. So in that case, I'll make a on account payment and then reach out to the customer. And after getting and when I'll reach out to customer, so I'll make a on account payment through F-28 again, and then after that, once we get the right information, what we should do is that we should allocate it to the right invoice, the payment with the right invoice, and that we should do with F-32, right? So this is how, and that way we would clear off this invoice, this payment with the right invoice. Now, sometimes what happens is that we make a error. We erroneously suppose this is 300, and by mistake we set it up with this 300 invoice. But subsequently, once we get some information from the customer, we realize our mistake, and we realize that okay, this should be set off. This payment of 300 should be set off with this second invoice of 300. So we what we do is that we do a error reversal. So error reversal is would be done by FBRA, and followed by right allocation or right clearing, which is F-32, right? So I'll explain this in details, further details in SAP. But this is just to give you a simple overview of the process before we jump into the details. We are not going to talk about these bank charges. We are not, because this is a debit entry and this is out of the scope. And what we usually do is that this is the customer ID. The 6 is actually a DEF and company. And the document number we will, as and when we actually so we post, we will populate the document number and as well as the date of the post, right? So this is on the, in a nutshell, the process of cash application and several scenarios that we may come across, which I try to cover, right? With this short overview, let's move on to SAP. Right, so this is SAP Easy Access screen, and few of the screens that we need to open. Let's first open three screens in case one of the screen gets freezes, then we can go to the other sessions, right? So let me open a couple of sessions screens. So first of all, we will go to FBL 5N, which will give us the line item details of the vendor, and the vendor number is 6. The company code is BRPL, and the vendor number is 6 DEF, and this vendor number is 6. This is DEF. And what I want to know is that I want to know as of now what are the open items. So if I and or better I yeah, open items, right? And I click on execute. If you see that these are the number of open items, the total is 2720. This is what exactly I have shown, and these the invoices I will use to match or to cover all the or explain all the several scenarios I have discussed a little while back. Now, what I need to do is that now, as I mentioned before, that this 950 I am going to set off with this 950. So to do that, I'll go to F-28 screen. I can go through the menu path as well. So accounting, financial accounting, customers, then document entry, and this is the incoming payment F-28. So this is the T code and this is the menu path. Now I will take the document date as today's date. A reference I'll give direct transfer, and then document header text as received from DF and company. Account will say HDFC Bank, which I have actually configured before. Sorry, so because I didn't mention my company code, so I'll go by company code. We mention BRPL, sorry, chart of accounts, and here I will mention HDFC, and I have to mention this amount. The first one I'll allocate 950, so I'm allocating 950, and then I have to give the value date, which is also compulsory. So I'll give today's date as a value date, and I'll say received from DF and company, and and then I have to mention the vendor number here, which is 6. We have seen before, and I'll hit enter. Yeah, sorry, this would be BRPL. Currency rate, I don't know why this usually comes pre-filled. Okay. Now this if you see that this is 950 is my payment entry. This is DZ, and 2720 are the is the summation of all the open items. If you see, this is 2720. This is the sum of all the open items. So this screen is actually showing me the sum of all the open items, the list of all the open items for DEF. This is the sum of all the open items, and this is the payment that I have received, which I need to set off with with any one of these. And ideally, to make a like a applied credit, this not assigned should be 0. So what I need to do is that first I will deselect everything. So what I'll do is that I will I will create a block like this, and then I'll deselect all the items. So I deactivate all the items. So if you see now, it has become 0, and then I'll go here, and then I'll select it. So here it becomes, see, the assigned is 0. This is my invoice, and this is my payment amount. Entered is the payment amount, and assigned is the invoice amount, which needs to get set up. Not assigned is 0. So this is good to post. All right. So I am posting this, and then like this one, this entry is 1411. I'll go here to my statement, to my cash application statement, and I'll post this. I'll populate this, and I will populate today's date. So this cash application has been made. The document number is 140011. Today's date, DEF and company 6 950. Payment is set off with 950 invoice, right? Through F-28. This is a one-to-one matching 950. Right now, if I go to this, if we see 950 was still there. Now if I go to list and refresh, I'll see 950 will vanish. Now if I go back and I click on the all items, let me check where is 950. See, this 950 has come down here 11, right? So this is how sorry, this 950 is DZ, which is a payment entry, and this dr, which is the debit, which is the invoice. So this both of this have come up is now in the cleared item, right? So we have actually applied the first payment, right? All right, so now the next entry would be, suppose as I mentioned before, I have received 770, and from the remittance advice, I realized that this is a bulk entry for 650 and 120. So how I'm going to make the payment, the setup. So again, similarly, I'll go to F-28. I'll close this. Again, I'll go to F-28 here only, and the payment that I'll make is 770. So this has been set up. This is 770. Okay, so I will go here and right. So what I'm going to do is that I have to set off these two entries, 650 and 120. So similarly, I will first deactivate everything. I'll create a block and deactivate all the items, make it 0, and then I'll select 650 and I'll select 120. That makes 770, and the not assigned is 0. So now once I hit enter, post, once I post this, then the payment of 770 would be set off against 650 and 120, and both of these, if I go back here, you see that the 650 and 120 will move from open item to cleared item. So that's what I'm going to do. So I hit enter. Now this one is 12. So instead of copying from here, I believe the previous one was 11. So what I'll do is that I'll make this 12 and today's date DEF and 6. Now I don't need this, and I'll go here and I'll do a list and refresh. So if you see that 650 and this 650, let me check. See, the 650 and 120 has moved out. I guess this is the one, right? Yeah. The 650 and 120 has moved out, and this is with 770. So these three are the block. This is the bulk entry, and the 650 and 120 is being set up with this 770. Right. So this is the scenario of a customer making a bulk payment. Now suppose again the customer has made a payment of 200, and we have both two invoices of 200 each. Like if I go back, there are two invoices of 200 each, and I'm not too sure which one to allocate. So what I'll do is that I will do a on account entry. So again, same way, I will go to F-28. I think this will hang. Let me try. Yeah. Yes, I think this is hanging. This session is hanging. Let me try with this one. F-28, and this is a use of opening couple of sessions. I'll keep another session in handy. So this is F-28. This 200 I'm going to make an on account payment. So what I'll do is that I will this 200 is here and there is 1000. So first of all I'll deselect everything. First of all I'll deselect everything. So this make it 0 and I'm going to make this an on account. So I'll click, if I just click here, this 200 will come and I'm going to post it. So this is an on account that has been done, and so this I'll again populate here. So this is 13 and this is done on account. So this is date of posting, and if I say comments here, so this is applied credit, applied credit, APBL ID. Applied credit, applied credit, and this would be on account. All right, and so after that, I came to know that I realized that which 200 I should apply. So what I'm going to do now is that this is still hung. So what I'll do is that I will go here, and before that let me see the line items once. So if I go here and refresh, see this DZ is shown as 200. This DZ is a payment entry, and I've made an on account and it's showing open, and it could be allocated between this invoice or this invoice. So previously I had no information which one against which one to allocate. So I made it on account. Now I have the information and I will allocate it in this first invoice. So what I'm going to do now is that I will go to F dash 32. So I'll type slash n F dash 32. And yeah, and then I'll go to this document number, and I'll first give 6, and this is my account from the vendor account where I'm going to do a clearing, and then I will so this is the 113, this is the payment entry 200, and I'm going to make it set it off against 11. All right, so this 11 I'll do. So I'll again deselect everything. Everything becomes 0, and now I'm going to select this, and I'm going to set it off against 11. All right, so if you see, the all have become 0, both have become 0. The payment has been set off against the invoice. So this 200 DZ payment entry is set off against 11 invoice. So what I'm going to see here is that this 200 and one of this will vanish from the open items and go to the cleared item. I'm going to post this, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to list and refresh. Sorry. See, this 200, the only one 200 invoice is open, and the other 200 has gone to the list of cleared items. Correct? All right. So if you see, yeah, so this 13 has gone, and I have set this off against 11, right? So this has been set off, right? So now it has been set off, and then this is becomes applied credit. Now the next entry would be, suppose if we made an entry, this 300, we by mistake we have applied it against one of the invoice. Both of them are 300. So say for instance they are now 300. So by mistake I made set it up against this 300, but I should have set it up against this one. So first let's make the entry. So I'll go back to F-28, and then I will pass the wrong entry. So it would be direct transfer received from account HDFC, and amount is 300, and text is received from DEF customer, and value date is today's date, right? And then I hit enter. See, this is 300 and 300. So first I will set it up against 16, but later on I realized that I should have set it up against 70. So what I'm going to do is that first I'm going to block all this, and then deactivate them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select 16 first. So this is I have done by mistake. So and later on I'll realize that I should have done it with 17, this invoice. So I will have to reverse it. So first let me post this entry. So what happens is that now if I go to this screen, the listing, the line item screen, I refresh, you will see that the 300 has gone to the open item, and this is 300 is the payment entry, and uh, this is the invoice number, which was 16, right? Now what we should now realize that, okay, this should have been paid against, set up against this invoice. So we should, what we need to do is that we need to delink these two. We need to delink these two through T code FBRA, bring them again to open item, and then clear off the payment with this 300 using F-32. So let's do that. So let's go to FBRA. So I'll go here /n FBRA, and before that let me confirm this will be the wrong entry. So this is 14, right? This is 14. So the wrong entry was 14, correct? So we will have to reverse the wrong entry through FBRA. So where was I? Oh, this is the screen that has hung. So I should go to, yeah, /n FBRA, and I should take this 14. See, this 14 is the one that needs to be cleared off. This is the wrong entry, right? So I will hit enter, and I'll post, and I'll do only resetting. This, what will happen is that this chain, as I mentioned, is broken, and all the three would move to the open item. So if I again come to list and refresh, see again this DZ and 200, 300 entry, there is DZ payment entry, and these two 300 has come to the open item. Now what I'm going to do is that I will set it up against 17. So I will go here, and since there is no additional fund is coming, so I will go to F-32 /n F-32. I'll clear them off. So the account would be the vendor account, a customer account, which is 6. And if you see, I am going to deselect everything. I'll block it and deactivate everything. It was 500 before, now I'm deactivating, everything is 0. Now I will select this 300, I will select this. 300 comes in the payment entry, and I'll select 17. That will come in the invoice item, and the entire thing becomes 0. Now I have actually selected the right line item, and I am going to clear them off. Now this is the revised this is the revised reversal entry that I have passed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. This is the reversal entry that I have passed, and I have applied the credit the right man, the right invoice, right? So if I go back here, I'll see that 300 this payment entry, and the 17 and the 300 with the document number 17 will go off from the open item to the cleared item. It has gone off, and so if I go back and see this is 300 is the DZ, and this 200 is the DR. So this has gone out. So the DZ is 14 if you see, and remember this has gone out, and this 300 is 17. So we have made this payment 17. This invoice with 300 rupees with the invoice number 17, and the payment entry with the number 14 is in the open item, and this is still lying in the cleared item, and this 300 is still lying in the open item. So this is all about cash application. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please click on the like icon, and please share it with this video with your friends. And if you still haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe. Thank you.